6-deck blackjack. Dealer stands on all 17. No surrender. Blackjack pays 3-2. Shoe number 2. Test number 2 of what we're calling, or what I'm calling, the Chuck Temple system against flat betting. I am not going to go into the same explanatory detail about this system as I did on the first shoe. If you want to see that, go watch the first portion of the first video. You should find it in the link. Maybe I'll put one in the description to make it easy for you, but you can probably find it. It's in the interest of time. I still have the flow chart. I will still bring it up and show that to you, at least the first few times, or any time where we need to. Just a little refresher. It just slows us down and makes this video, that last one was like 1 hour and 11 minutes with especially with all the explaining. Hopefully I can keep them under 40 or under 45, including this full shuffle procedure, displaying all the cards, washing the deck, which is what I'm doing here, shuffling, etc. If you're new, welcome. I show you all the cards so you can see that all the cards are here. I show you the complete shuffle procedure so that you know that I'm not setting it up in any way to try to convince you that one system is better than another. Just, it's like full disclosure that you can see it happening. Yeah. If you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. I definitely notice when people subscribe, and I appreciate it. Likewise, I appreciate it when people make comments. Little shout out on our last video on shoe number 1 to a regular viewer, Jason Schneiderman. Thanks for helping me remember where in the shoe that we hit blackjack. I found it myself. I went back and watched, but sometimes I get a little confused while I'm running the shoe. It's a lot of things to remember. So, anyways, appreciate that. Get in there. One thing Jason had said was, wow, what a, oops, didn't mean to do that. What a complicated system. And yeah, it is. And as like a hybrid, or what I would consider a hybrid system, in that it has both elements of positive and negative progressions in it, I would expect it to be at least twice as complicated as any other system. But then it has the part in the negative progression where you make the bet, which Chuck Temple calls the 40% CLB, or current loss bet. And that can get confusing because you have to stop and do math, and it depends on what your loss column looks like when you get to that CLB, or to that 40% CLB. If you've lost multiple wagers on splits and double downs, etc., you can, when you get there, you can have, it's not always going to be the same amount. That's not to say that you couldn't say, well, when you get here, if you got straight here on regular betting, we'll just make your wager, whatever 40% of that would be. I think it's 72 on the first 40% CLB when you get there. in Chuck's video, he says it's that number is 69. He says with a wink, nudge, nudge. But I don't know how he got there. When you add it up, that is not going to be 69. It's going to be 72. So again, like I said in the first video, that some kind of math arithmetic problems in the way he presented it, and that I did my best to try to interpret the meaning of the system from the video, and that is on the sheet, that the flow chart that I use. And so, you know, if you watch his original video and you think that I've made an error in judgment in while interpreting it, you know, let us know, because it's really not clear. You know, I did have somebody make a comment. This is simulates a player cutting the deck, and we look for about 75-80% penetration. Somebody on the kind of instructional video that I made on Fibonacci, on how to play Fibonacci in Blackjack, made a comment that I was doing it wrong, and that when you win in the Fibonacci sequence, that you start over, that you reset your cycle, and I was pretty sure that wasn't the case, and I did look, and that it's not. No, when you're down in the progression, you move back 2 positions in Fibonacci. So I wrote back to him. You know, I didn't try to be mean, I don't think. I just tried to say factually, no, that's not how it works. But if you see something in another place about how that works, let me know, and you know, we can you know, we'll talk about it. But anyways, that's different. This Chuck Temple system is sort of a kind of proprietary system, burn card, and it, like I said, the video is not exactly clear. So maybe I didn't come up with it right, or maybe I did. If you agree with me, let me know too. It's always nice. It's nice to hear from y'all, and it's nice when people tell you that you're right. All right, first hand. 12 to a 2, very unpopular. Well, you know, why don't you put your bets out there? Can be very unpopular, but the book says to hit that. For a 19, you stand. 12, 17, and right off the bat, you win. Okay, now, let me just throw it out here really quick. This is the Chuck Temple system. I'm not going to go over it too much. Pause, look at it. The green is what you do when you win. The red is what you do when you lose. These are in units. So we're starting here at 1, and we won, and we repeat the bet of 1. Okay? And then if we win again, we go to 1.5. Anytime you lose, you move straight over, whether it's from the start or any of these other winning positions, you move into here. Down here is when we get into the CLB. I won't bring this sheet out again until we get to there. This is just how things are progressing. 1 unit, 2.2, 4.4, 9.6. On the winning side, 1 and 1.5. Got it? Good. Okay, so like I said, we're repeating the wager. I'm going to put that there to kind of help me remember that we're already 1 win up for the system, sort of like I did on the 1/2 up videos. All right, little ace check here. It's not there. 12 to a dealer's face card needs to take a card. 22, and that ends your progression, the positive side of your progression. And now, if you remember, we go immediately over to wagering 2.2. So let me give you some change. Right there, that's a 1/2 of a unit, and there's 5/10 of a unit. Yes, I know that that's a quarter and those are dimes, but y'all should be used to this by now. This is the way I do it. That's all just representative anyways. These aren't actually dollars, they're just units. I know you all know that, but new people might not. So let's just make sure everything is clear for them. Pair of 10s, you want to split? No. 11, 17. And you did grab a couple extra dimes and nickels so that I got a few more to play with. Hopefully I won't have to make change quite as often. Okay, so on that win, if you remember on the chart, you reset. You've closed your losing cycle. So you're back to the very top base bet 1 unit. $15 will stand. 13, 17. Okay. So you're immediately going to go back to the 2.2. 2.2. All right. 10, 2 of 10 is just a hit. 20, 13, 18. So let's, while I'm getting their money here, if you, this does sort of, at this point this is kind of working. You lose 1 unit, you bump your wager up, you win, that's your first loss. So you're up, now you're up 1.2 units. So whereas often on positive progressive systems, choppy action going back and forth, 1 up, win 1, lose 1, can really eat away at your stack. For Chuck Temple, win 1, lose 1, could, maybe, we will see, end up working very well for you. Could. Don't know yet. 15 stands. 12. 14. Too many. Okay, so now you repeat the wager of 1 unit. I'm going to put that marker up on top of there. You know my methodology, or how I do that. 18, 16, 26. Now you will go from 1 unit to 1.5, and then if you win, you'll go to 1, and then on a winning streak, you just keep going 1, 1.5, 1, 1.5. Any loss will go to 2.2. Okay, I'm going to actually put one of these up here to help me remember when I get back to the single unit that I'm in the winning side. Oh, oops, I turned the wrong card over. Let's see. Supposed to be this one. It doesn't matter. You're going to play this as if you didn't see that. 17. See, I mean, you would have hit that 7 no matter what, I think. Especially with that 12, even though that would have been the bust card. 21. Hey. What would have been what would the difference have been, right? You would have been showing a 7. You would have hit that. You would have stayed, hoping for a push. You would have revealed a 12 and a 21. It didn't matter. I will try to make sure I don't do that again. Okay, well now, taking this off because you are now on the negative side of the progression. So 2.2 units. Ace check, nope, 15. I mean, sorry, 5, and you don't have 15. 9. 15, see, 15. 16, 21, 17. Look at that. And let's get 5 of those, okay? Oops. 2.2 and 1. That was 21, right? 6, 12. Oops. 10. Yep, 21. Okay, so that, again, closed your cycle. Back to your base bet 1 unit. I don't need the flow chart. This is easy. Oh, let's double down. Chuck does not tell us what to do in double downs. I assume we're playing basic strategy. 21, 16, too many. And that's a win. I guess we're going to treat that like a regular win. And repeat our wager of 1 unit. So I'm put that right there. By the way, that was the first 10 hands. We expect at least 45. We've never gotten fewer out of a 6-deck shoe with the penetration that we do, 75 to 80%. $19 stands. You see it? 20. And what does that do? It immediately puts you to the 2.2 level. So we take that off. 2.2. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see the chips or not. You're doing pretty well right now, but the flat better is also up. I'm sure, I have a feeling that Chuck Temple is up even more. But remember, if you remember what happened on the other shoe, things can go south pretty quick, but let's hope they don't. 7, 13, 22. And remember, after 2.2, we go 4.4. Oops. These dimes are so hard to deal with. They're so little. All right. Now, one of the things that Chuck says a few times in his videos is that you're not going to lose 4 hands in a row. And as we all know, you will lose 4 hands in a row. A lot more often than you want to. Which, of course, you never want to, but you definitely will. You're going to need change there, so it's 5 for 5. And bring this up. You're doubling down. Okay. Single card. That's not usually the one you want to see. 12. 12. 16. That's looking better, right? Good. Too many. I don't know what that is. 23. And overall, you have 8.8. Right? 4.4 plus 4.4 is 8.8. I'm going to give you 9 and take 2. Okay. There you go. And that's a win. That's going to close the cycle, ending your progression for a healthy win. Particularly, especially with that double down. It's putting you way up. Yeah, I was thinking about some things the other day. Insurance closed. 15 hits, 25. That, you know, there's some systems out there that say never to double down. Things like that. I really can't, and this is, you know, kind of off topic. I really can't agree with any system like that because it's the doubling down and the hope and the winning on doubling down that I think that is what actually pushes the odds so close to being break even. 2.2. It's not that you're going to win or lose just over half of the hands. You're actually probably going to lose more. It's just that when having opportunities to double down makes up for the fact that I don't know what it is, but let's say you actually lose 55% of the hands. The doubling down helps close that gap, getting you closer to you know, 50-50. So speaking of double down, single card. 18. 18. Push. What do we do on push? We just take back the double down portion of the wager and act as if nothing ever happened. Okay? Come on. Insurance closed. And this time, I do have it. So, going from 2.2, your next wager will be 4.4. You know, you're not going to be playing, $4.4 at most casinos. None that I can think of. You're going to be playing like $44 or $440 if that's you. Get over here. All right, 13, 20, push. That was the one card that didn't help you, huh? Remember what I said? Repeat. 18, 20. So now we are, it's not really 3 losses in a row because you had a couple of pushes in there, but you are moving to the 9.6, and it's just as good as, or bad, as a for 3 losses in a row. This is where Chuck says, and don't worry that you're betting such a large amount because you're gonna win. I'm pretty sure that's like a quote from his video. Really? Well, if I know I'm gonna win, shouldn't I just bet everything? Wouldn't that make sense? And, hey, I'm gonna win. Might as well bet the house. Let's see. Oh, this is one of those weird ones. Soft 13. So dealer 2 is just a hit. Okay. 13 will stand to a dealer 2. Remember, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. Don't worry about that 15. You're gonna win. Okay, so you did. This time Chuck was right. I admit it. Need some change, mister. Okay. Oh, no I didn't. Well, I gave it to you anyway. Now I'm set up. Ha! 9.6. Don't let the dealer pay you extra. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes the dealer mispays. And by all means, if they underpay you, say something. You closed your cycle, so you're starting over single unit. If they underpay you, by all means, say something. What about when they overpay you? It does happen. Do you say anything? Or sometimes I'm like, the dealer must know that they just did that. But if they knew, they should really take the money back, or call the floor man over. Double down, 21, very nice. 10, 20. So what do you say? Do you say something, or do you just keep your mouth shut and act like you don't know what you're doing? All right, marker, repeat of the 1 unit wager. Will it stand up? Looks like it. There's 1.5 and 1.5. That's one thing that Chuck does mention. By the way, that was hand 21. I forgot to tell you when it was hand 20. No big deal, right? Something that Chuck does say is not to play at to only play at a 3-2 table. Your typical blackjack payout. But then he says, don't play at a 5-6 blackjack table. I haven't never seen a 5 to 6 blackjack table. I've seen a 6 to 5. And I have and would play them. 15, 21, 20. However, I would not play. Yeah, I would play. I don't like to, but I would play at a 6 to 5 table. I would never play at a 5 to 6 blackjack table. That means that for your $6 wager on a blackjack, you would get 5 instead of getting 6, as if you didn't have blackjack. Now I know that's not what Chuck meant, because that would just be ridiculous. But you know, when you're going to present, and yet, look, not that I don't make mistakes, but I'm not presenting you a strategy that for you to follow and saying that you're going to win. You shouldn't make those kinds of mistakes. 18, 12, 20. All right, so you've got a little winning streak in there. You got to see how it goes when you bounce back and forth between 1 and 1.5 units. You can take that marker off because you are now on the negative side of the progression. You go directly to the 2.2 wager. I've said this many times before in other videos. When it happens that the player has a blackjack and the dealer's showing an ace, and you know, and they offer you insurance or even money. 9, 16, too many. Oops. Closing the cycle. When you have a blackjack and the dealer's showing an ace, even money. Now, regular basic strategy on a 3 to 2 table says to decline insurance or decline even money and just go for it. 15, 21, 16, too many. What I've done, and it feels right to me, that doesn't mean that it is right. Whoops. See, I get to talking and I get distracted. I don't have to flip that card. 16, 9, 17. This is going to put you in the negatives now, on the negative progression. That I go ahead and take even money. Blackjack to a dealer ace on a 6 to 5 table, because that bonus payout for the blackjack is so small. I don't know, I don't think it's worth the risk. I'd love to hear anybody else's thoughts on that, which of course is probably going to be don't play the 6 to 5 table, but you know, sometimes you have to. Well, you don't have to. Usually I'll go play craps on that table when it's that situation instead. But you know, maybe there's not enough. Sometimes, you know, there's not enough people to get a craps game going. That was a loss on 2.2, so you're going to 4.4. You don't have to stack them. I forgot to take that off, didn't I? Player shows 20, insurance closed, even money, no, just kidding. 20 stands, 5, 15, 12, 14, 18. So I will give you 4.5 on your 4.4, and you will give me 1, and we'll call it square. And starting over, 1 unit. 19 stands, and down it goes. right back up to 2.2. Insurance closed. Y'all know what that means when the dealer doesn't say nothing and just starts flipping the cards. That was a loss on 2.2. So player following Chuck Temple to down the negative path to a 4.4. That was another 10 hands. Puts us at 30. So somewhere around 2/3 of the way through. Okay. Take a peek. You never want to see that either. And just like that, we're back to 3 losses in a row. So we're going to 9.6. You need some of these. I need to go spend more money, cash money, and get some more change. More dimes, and I guess dimes, that's what I seem to need more. I have nickels to be half of the dime, so a 0.05 or 1/20th of a unit in case you hit blackjack on something like this. Well, I could actually still give you 3 dimes, but whatever. You never know, might need it. Well, speaking of, did you get it? Did I give it to you? Do I have it? I don't have it. Do you? Nope. Oh, soft 17. 2 of 10. Haven't seen this in a while, but you do hit that. It's because it's not a 17. It's a 7. Now it's a 17, and you stand, and you lose, and there goes 4 in a row. All right, I'm going to pull the sheet out right now because this is where things start to change up a little bit. Okay, we worked our way down here. We're at 9.6, and we lost that. Now, Chuck's reasoning for this is you're on a losing streak. So rather than Fibonacci, Paroli, martingale types of things where you just keep your bet just keeps growing and growing, he wants to slow it, stem the bleeding here. So he has you wager, go back to 1 unit, and every time you lose, you're just losing 1 unit, which we can go for a 10, 12, whatever long losing streak. So if you kept doubling this like martingale, you're gone before you hit the end of the paper here. With Chuck, you're just losing 1 and 1, and then when you win, you factor up what your CLB is, your current loss bet, which I forgot to keep track of. Now I don't think that we had anything weird going on over here. So let's see. That's 2.2 plus 4.4 plus 9.6 is 14, right? 16.2 plus this one, 17.2, okay? So I'm just going to put 17.2 over here on the side. Okay. And here we go. If you win, I'll pay you out of there, and then I got to get my calculator out. 20 stands, 14. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now you've won. So you immediately go into the 40% of the CLB, which you're down 16.2. I should open the calculator before, sorry, but fast forward for 5 seconds. 16.2 times 0.4 equals 6.48. All right, that's we're just going to make that 6.5. All right. And there you go. 15 will stand. That's the kind of dealer card you want to see, but that is not. That helps. 15, 21, of course. So anyways, I'm making sure this time I'm putting that 6.5 into your loss column, your CLB. So whatever that is now, 1022.7. Now you circle around in here. So 22.7 times 0.4 is 9.08. .08 rounded up to 0.1 right there. Okay. $15 needs a card. 19, 13, 20. Okay, so you were, see, and this is where I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this at the live table. 22.7 plus 9.1 equals 31.8 times 0.4 is 12.72. Let's call it 12 3/4, shall we? 12. Well, actually, you have it. If I do, that, those are right there. Oh, wait a minute. No, that comes off. There. Half, 0.1, 0.1, 0.05. Okay? I was getting confused because those are quarters. All right. 12.75. Remember, we're just looping around here looking for a win. We are gonna, whatever happens, we're gonna close out our loss column for, I guess it's gonna work out to be like a 60% loss or something. No, maybe 20%, because you'll win back for another 40. So you'll close out for a loss, a controlled loss of sorts, as long as your bankroll holds out. 17 stands. 8, 13, 16, 21. So remember, you can lose many in a row, and I guess you did win, one here, but Fibonacci would do this too, move you back a couple, contrary to what the other commenter said, and then continue down into the rabbit hole. Well, that's what's going on here. So we were at 31.8 plus 12.72. Actually, 0.75. So we're at 44.55 times 0.4. We're now wagering 17.82. So well, let's just see what you have. You have it, barely. I'm going to give you some change. Yeah. 15, 16, 17. All those dimes go. Oh, let's do it in here. That's there. Still changing this. Half. Yeah. Did I do that right? I think I did it right. Okay, and that comes here. 17.82. Can we just make it 0.8? You won't be able to afford another 40% CLB, so you need to win this, or you're doing an all-in kind of bet. 14 hits. 22. Oops. There. 12. Yeah, you would have lost anyways, right? An 8 on that 12 is 20. Okay, well, you don't have enough to do your CLB now. I'll tell you what that CLB is 44.55 plus 17.8 is 62.35. So you were up. Now Chuck does say that you have to have some discipline, and when you're up to leave the table, we didn't hit that threshold anyways. I think he's saying around I have it here, 19 times your base bet. Which you weren't at. You were maybe you, I don't know where you were. It doesn't matter. That's not how we're doing it, because that would just kind of screw up all of our tests. Anyways, you are at 10, 11 and a half, 11 and 3/4 now. Yeah, I guess you would have been close if you were down 62 and you add 11, 73. Yeah, you would have been, I guess, at your walk away threshold. So, he's probably right. Like, take your money and leave. But that's not what we're testing. Okay. All in. Well, fortunately, you will not have to double down here. So you just take a card. 19, 5, 6, 16, 13, 16, 17. All right. What did I say that was? 11 and 3/4. I'll do it in the same colors. 11. Hold on. Okay, there it is. I took that out of your loss column. It, helps us. Now I can see what we closed it out for as far as a loss. Obviously a loss, because you had been doing all right. Pay that guy. Anyways, that's hand 38. I'm not going to count that. Let's just see what you closed out that loss for. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 49, 50 and a half, 15.85. Sorry, 50.85. So you lost your whole starting balance. Okay, goodbye. And yeah, so you're 11.75. You're at, like, what's that, 23 and a half? Yeah, you would have, I guess, hit that threshold, but of being up. So maybe, there is definitely something to be said for, getting up and walking away, securing your gains while you have them. But like I said, we haven't done that on any of the other systems. We're not going to do that for Chuck. Sorry, Chuck. Because you could say that for any system, that you can't lose as long as you leave when you get up, except for those times when you're down. Anyways, that's beside the point. 17, 14, 24. Okay. And we go here, we mark that. We're repeating the single unit wager. Ace check, not there. 12, 20. Push. Hand 40 that was. $15, $15, $16, $17. So immediately Chuck is going to go to the 2.2 wager, if you recall that from the chart. You want it? Don't. You forgot to tip me. That's what happened there. Soft 16, 2 of 4 is a double down. 2.2. Single card. Oops. I meant to actually show it to you. So 16, 8, 17. Now I'm keeping your loss column. Trying to remember. After losing 2.2, in fact, actually I didn't keep track of, because your first one that got you there is right there. 4.4, so you need change again. Eating up all my coins. I have just enough. No, yes, yes. I just don't use cash to buy things. I charge everything. So it's hard to get. Another ace. Do I owe you one? I don't. Did you tip me? It's the only way I would owe you one. Obviously you forgot. Remember, do that next time, and I'll be nice back to you. Soft 14, 2 and 9 is just a hit. That's a 13. Hits again. Too many. And 4.4 goes to 9.6. You have it this time. 9 half plus 2/20 makes 9.6. Come on. So I don't know. We'll close this out, I think, for still a small loss, assuming that you win. Not going to make it easy for you, am I? 15, 16, 19, 17. All right, good job. You closed it for something. 5. 9.6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2/10 left over. I think you can stomach that loss. If you can't, then you probably shouldn't be playing this game, because it's going to keep happening. So you reset back to single unit. That was hand 44. This is hand 45. So, as expected, we made it to at least 45 hands on a 6-deck shoe. 20, 17. 2017, that's what year it is. That's why it sounds familiar. All right, going into your positive progression, you're repeating the $10, or sorry, the 1 unit wager. 18. Stands. Come on. 9, 20. And that's going to drop into your loss column right away. And increasing your wager to 2.2. Do you have the hang of this now? $16, 26, 16. And just like that, going right back into your negative progression to 4.4. Did you tip me last time? didn't. Shame on you. 4.4 then goes to 9.6, and you ought to have it because you won it before. 9.6. Oops, sorry. It's just excited. There, I don't have to flip it. All right, double down. Let's see what you have. 5, 6, 7, 8.1. Double down for less. I'll allow you to do that. Let's keep you in suspense since this is all your money. 12. Well, before I draw the... Do I have to draw the card? Yeah, I have to draw the card. 15. Too many. So you don't even have to look at it. You want to look at it? Let's just see. Because you're probably counting, right? 18. Okay, so I got to pay you. That's whatever it was. I don't even remember. Let me... I'm going to color that. So there. So that I can... just do the stacks. Okay, well, it's not actually going to work because... So you are closing this time with a profit, largely thanks to that double down. Well, I guess you would anyways. You would have, if you didn't double down, you would have. This would have been your gain. It would have been 2.6. Would have been your closing gain. Something. Otherwise, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to stack them up. I'm lazy. Plus whatever that, what was this again? 8.1. 8.1. So would have been 10.7 is what you closed out that cycle for. I'm not gonna, don't expect me to always tell you that because it just makes the video longer. But I was kind of curious. I'm trying to understand this Chuck Temple, so hopefully that then is kind of helpful to see how these sequences close out. That was hand... I thought that was hand 45. I'm sorry, I can't count past 10. So that was hand 44. This is hand 45. We still made it to our expected number of hands. In fact, exactly made it. 20, 11, 13, 19. Hey, you forgot to bet. I'll still pay you, even though, they wouldn't in the casino. All right, so there we go. Well, okay, so Chuck obviously did not make profit this time. Let's count up Chuck first. But at least he didn't get totally wiped out and have to buy in again. 5. Let's color these all a little bit first. Does it even matter? That's 5. So 10. Back 2 reds on those. Hey, try to get rid of these little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. No, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a quarter or a half unit worth. Sorry. There you go. And then those 2 for this. Oops. All right. I'm not going to do anything else because I'll need to signify. Okay, so 10, 20, 25, 10, 20, 25, 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35.4, Puts you down 14.6. Yeah? $14.6 down. Oops. Which is right there. 14.6. I use that upside down stack to show. So let's see. Let's see how it really works out when we compare it to a flat better. Someone betting the same bet over and over. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.5. So despite getting a few opportunities to make his money back with double downs for large amounts, Chuck is still down 14.6, and the flat better's up a half of a unit. So not yet. This is a much better result than the last shoe, but still not beating our baseline. All right, anyways, 45 hands. Thanks for watching. Bye.